Hello, everybody. This is Julie Berman, and welcome to another episode of Women with Cool Jobs. So, today, this episode is all about irony and also it's a little bit about my own podcasting journey. So, I've been doing Women with Cool Jobs since early 2020. And the irony that is not lost on me is that here I am in January of 2026, almost 6 years from the time that I started doing this like podcast journey. I started February with figuring out what kind of media platform I wanted to create. Did I want to create a vlog, a blog, YouTube? Did I want to do a podcast? Did I want to do written? At the time when I started in February 2020, I literally had no idea what a podcast even was. I didn't know where the app was on my phone. I didn't know anyone in real life or actually virtually, like in, social media or anywhere else that had a podcast. And so I was starting out from scratch. And the crazy thing is that at the time, I had decided to do a podcast because I really, really wanted women to be able to share their stories in their own words. That was critically important. Even though I have like a writing and communications background, I didn't want to write another woman's story. I wanted her to be able to share her own story in her own words, using her own voice. And I wanted you to be able to hear it. And there's something about someone's intonation and their vocal delivery. There's this option to really connect with someone, to feel what they're saying, to like imagine yourself in their shoes, to be able to connect with how they were feeling in the journey that they went on. That ability to resonate with someone's story by listening to it, by listening to her voice is so powerful. That was really important to me. I did not want to be on a screen. I did not want to be doing videos. I did not want to be seen visually. And I did not want to do YouTube for that reason. So the ironic part of that is that literally now I am going to be putting this on YouTube, on my Women with Cool Jobs YouTube channel. My previous episode, the first one of this year, also was on YouTube, so definitely go check that out. This is all to say that this journey has been a very windy road. It has been a road for me about learning to use my own voice. It has been leaning into the curiosity of what like basically allowed me to start this in the first place. I've always been curious. I still love learning about what people do. I have random conversations all the time, figuring out like what people do and how they do it. And also it's honoring the idea that like we don't have to keep doing what we were doing just because that's the way we were doing it. I've really been pondering over the last year, especially, but even before that, I've been pondering about changing things up, and it just wasn't the right timing because of, where I was at in my stage of motherhood, where I was at in like the ability for me to have the capacity to want to try new tech, to be willing to do new things, to start as a beginner versus like doing what I've been doing for so long and it feels like I've got the hang of this. I know the flow. So there's a lot of factors that went into it, and I wanted to share this with you because especially after attending the PodFest 2026 event, which I just went to in Orlando, all the way from Phoenix, it was so amazing to be in a room of people who literally are obsessed with podcasting as I am. And there's something so powerful about being in a room where people just have so much energy and excitement about the thing that you have so much energy and excitement about. Like you can have these detailed, nuanced, crazy in-depth conversations that other people who love you dearly and who are close to you, who care about you, they can't have these same conversations because they don't have the context or the understanding or the obsession in the same way that you do. And there's something so incredibly powerful about that. And it was both rejuvenating, it was exciting. I feel like I was so re-energized and it was so much fun. And so I've been thinking about doing this some of this stuff for like so long. I have been testing out new ways of editing, of like doing audio and video, and here I am trying out something new, and I want you to know that you can do that too. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This 2026 is my era of literally done, not perfect. And thinking about the fact that I am a recovering perfectionist, I don't have to do things perfectly. That is really, really key when you're trying something new. So I encourage you Whether or not you've been doing something for a long time, if you're thinking about doing something and whether or not you were like, I am never going to do that. There's no way anyone can pay me $1 million to do that. And then here you are, however long later, and you're actually considering doing it. You're actually reconsidering like, oh my gosh, maybe I should have never said never because I think this might be a good idea. I think this might be a direction I want to go in. It's okay. You evolve, you change, you iterate, you're curious. All those things are amazing things. And that is part of being human. That is part of doing cool things in the world and exploring. And I was just having this amazing conversation about the idea of curiosity, just following curiosity, not because there's an end goal, but because you're just curious and you're exploring. That leads to so many beautiful things. That's how I started doing this podcast. I was curious about talking to women with cool jobs who are doing amazing things in the world, whether maybe like she's your neighbor and it just sounds cool, but you've never had the time to actually dive into what she's doing. Maybe there are jobs that you've never heard of, or women surrounded by a lot of men in that field, women in the C-suite, women who are entrepreneurs. I've been so lucky to talk with incredible, smart, feisty women doing amazing things with really cool jobs from all over the world, from very diverse backgrounds and in very diverse niches and industries. So this has been such a blessing in my life, and I'm really excited to start this next chapter doing things in a way that I haven't done before. And I hope you'll be here to celebrate with me by either checking out my YouTube, which is Women with Cool Jobs, or continuing to listen and being here with me on this journey of podcasting, which I love so much. And I'm just so grateful for. So the summary of this is never say never. The irony is not lost on me that I literally started podcasting because I did not want to be on a screen. I did not want you to be able to see me. And here I am, you can see me. And there's something really, really, I feel like brave in that. And so I'm celebrating it for myself that I'm even willing to do this. And also that I'm willing to put it out, and it's not perfect. It just is what it is. And I'm exploring and I'm experimenting and I'm iterating. And we can all do that. We can all step into a new version of ourselves, especially at the start of a new year. And there's no better time than now. So thank you for listening or watching to Women with Cool Jobs. And definitely connect with me. I'd love your feedback. You can find me on Instagram at Women Cool Jobs. You can find me on LinkedIn under Julie Berman. And of course on my website, www.womenwithcooljobs.com. Hey everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Women with Cool Jobs. I'll be releasing a new episode every 2 weeks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you loved the show, please give me a 5-star rating. Also, it would mean so much if you shared this episode with someone you think who would love it or would find it inspirational. And lastly, do you have ideas for future shows, or do you know any rock star women with cool jobs? I would love to hear from you. You can email me at julie@womenwithcooljobs.com, or you can find me on Instagram at womencooljobs. Again, that's Women Cool Jobs. Thank you so much for listening and have an incredible day.